Hey everyone, it's Marianne from the New York City Organization of Public Service Retirees. Today is Friday, December 9th. And of course, hundreds of you have been sending us emails that Michael Mulgrew from the United Federation of Teachers sent out tonight. Clearly his desperation is showing, because not only does he have to send out more information on a Friday night, he also doubles down on the rhetoric and the lies. So this email says, last spring, in the previous Medicare Advantage process, many of you asked us to negotiate the option for you to stay in GHI Senior Care as a pay-up option, as a pay-up plan. That is a lie, because it wasn't last spring. Maybe you talked about it last spring as that was something you wanted, but there was an RFP process that started in 2020. We have proof of that. We'll actually be citing that and providing you the photos. The contract was the proposal, the RFP proposal, the request for proposal was initiated in 2020. And vendors were sending in contracts signed by their CEOs in 2020. And there were three choices. The interesting part of that is the first choice was, let me just pull up my charts. Of the three choices you had were the Medicare Advantage plan that was being developed. You also had senior care. The theory was, do you offer it with a choice or do you offer it without a choice? Why would that be an important question, other than the obvious that we would want choice? Well, because if the vendor doesn't have a lot of people in those plans, in their plan, the Medicare Advantage plan, they won't be able to make a lot of money. And they won't be able to meet the cost savings or the gain sharing, profit sharing, kickback that to the city that was being expected. So here is what was described. It says, please note, while the negotiated acquisition is asking for three different pricing options, the city and its unions have significant expectations of savings from this program, including multi-year guarantees, and as such, will be more likely to adopt a construct that maximizes those savings. Now, how does Medicare Advantage plans save money? Prior authorizations, delay and denials of care. And that is not Marianne saying this to you. This is the Office of the Inspector General, Health and Human Services. This is multiple case law, okay? This is not just us saying this. This is cited and fact-checked. This is real. So, and that is exactly how they're able to gain share, because if they're not spending money on medical care, it becomes a profit. Okay, the chart below provides an outline of the requested bids for July 1st of 2021 and through December 31, 2021, and January 1, 2022 through December 31, 2022. Please provide a national bid and offer a single rate and confirm that a 2 Medicare contract rate will equal 2 times the single. They tell you that they want an extended area, service area, or passive PPO. The first option is Medicare Advantage plan offered in an extended area, service area, passive PPO, with no other plan offered. Second, Medicare Advantage plan, extended service area, passive PPO. Member can opt into other plans at full additional incremental cost, meaning you pay the difference. Third choice, Medicare Advantage plan, extended service area PPO, default plan. That is the default plan. That means like all you new retirees, you're going into that plan. Member can opt out into other plans at no additional cost. Now, there was here's Plan C. So Plan C is, if Plan C is Medicare Advantage plan, member can opt out into other plans offered by the city at no additional cost because they're under the cap, and they know they're under the cap. This is what it says. This is what it says on options A, B, and C. Option C is really the most important one. Assume that members will be defaulted into this Medicare Advantage plan, will have the ability to request opting back into senior care at no cost to the member, Provide the percent of opt-outs, and at each breakpoint that would change the premium offered. The network is an extended service area ESA or passive national passive PPO where participant cost sharing is the same as any provider who accepts Medicare. Here's the important part, and it's italicized. It is anticipated that few city members will elect the Medicare Advantage plan under this option. And that's key. They knew this in 2020. Your unions knew this in 2020 because the MLC helped write this. So don't go listening to Michael Mulgrew telling you that in the spring of last year, he negotiated that there would be an option of choice. No, they were stripping choice away from you. Notice that they're not looking at you keeping choice. The vendor advantage is there is no choice, and you're defaulted into the Medicare Advantage plan. And it's because not only did the city, Robert Lynn and Claire Levitt, want the retirees' healthcare, Medicare eligible, your most vulnerable population, removed from the city balance sheet in full. They wanted a kickback. They wanted a cut of the profit sharing. This is why, and I will upload this today. So option A says provide a rate assuming that this will be the only plan option available to Medicare Advantage members and their eligible dependents. The network is an extended service area ESA or national PPO where the participant cost sharing is the same as any provider who accepts Medicare. This option is expected to be provided to members at no required contribution. They're going to dump you into that plan with no choice, and it's going to be free. Option B says assume all members will be defaulted into the Medicare Advantage plan, but will have the ability to request opting back into senior care. Notice they don't say all your other options. At the full cost of the difference, which is why it's important when we talk about benchmarks. Because today, the benchmark the city has to meet for all of us is the HIP HMO, which is about $900, okay? In the litigation, the city was arguing that the benchmark for Medicare people was $7.50. If they change that and they're successful at it, we are all screwed because then what happens is they can say your benchmark is $7.50. You can opt out into any other plan you want. If that plan is $900, we're only giving you $7.50. You pay the difference. See what I'm trying to tell you? Don't do this. So provide the percent of opt-outs, and at each breakpoint that would change the premium offered under option A above. And this is what becomes flexible to them, because if more people are opting out of these plans, the cost is going to go up. They're going to shift to you. This is dangerous. Because you already know 94% of the people within the city, 92% of employees and retirees are in GHI or GHI senior care. We don't choose the HMOs for a reason. It was sent as a benchmark in 1967. It's meant as a choice, not the end all. And this is why this is important. Michael Mulgrew made a really bad deal in 2014, and he convinced the MLC, because he controls the MLC, to do this deal. That's not right. He will be taking choice away from all of you and us. And then he's telling you these emails to go out and call city council and tell them to change the code and save the retirees. No, you need to save the retirees from Michael Mulgrew, and you need to save yourselves from your own union president. This was 2020. And this document is over 700 pages. So if I tell you this wasn't drafted in 2020, he knew. Please, guys, listen. Fact check the hell out of this. I will upload this for you. Happy reading. You got all weekend.